Yo, still bills, what's the deal, man? Yo, I'm on. I had to sit down in this parking lot. I had to run up to, run up to Family Fair. I ain't had no deodorant at the crib, man. I'm a musty nigga, man. I'm already hot-blooded. So if I'm hot-blooded on top of not having no deodorant, man, it's all bad for whoever around me. But I had to sit in the parking lot and do some shit in my phone and delete some shit. I had to wait for like 15 minutes so I can delete some shit and make this video, man. But we got to get into it. So peep game, man. I'm hearing Thurman and Boots Ennis is looking to be lining it up around October in the Barclays Center. That is what the fuck I'm talking about, man. That is what the fuck I'm talking about. This is what I mean by I don't think Thurman is ready to be done yet. I don't think he's ready to hang him up. I just thought he was a nigga who was being overly arrogant and overvaluing his or overplaying his value as it pertains to boxing, man. He's for years been sitting here, and because he sat on this high horse and was the top dog in the division after Manny and Floyd, after they hung him up. Even before Floyd hung him up, when Manny was still active, Thurman had took over the reins of the division as the new, as the next nigga up. So he just kind of, he turned into the "you better not duck me, son," into the businessman type individual. And he's been stuck in that space ever since, even with him being benched due to being injured. He just had this arrogance to him, like, nigga, I'm still that nigga. Like, even how he speaks, like, we wouldn't be having no unification matches with Earl and Ugas had I not relinquished my belts. It's like, bro, you still don't get it, my nigga. You never was that nigga like that in terms of clout and popularity and having a marquee value attached to your name. You've never been him. You've always been a skilled pugilist, though. You're not going to be a nigga who's going to sell out by itself. You're not going to be a nigga who can do 500,000 pay-per-views. You're not going to be a nigga who can do 100,000 by yourself. When you carry the entire promotional burden. Never going to be that dude. He was never him. And that's fine. That's fine. Because the majority, 99% of boxers ain't that. So that's cool. It's not a knock, but people need to get to an understanding where, all right, this is my lane right here. This is what I bring to the table. He needed to be brought to, he needed to understand that you're not him. You're not him. Period, point blank. And that's okay. And it's taken him to now to understand that. He was in the, for the longest, since last summer, and maybe even since 2020. Since 2020, he just thought he could come back and, jump ahead of the line. He won Earl, he won Bud. He don't want to fight nobody in between time. He don't want to have to go through Ortiz. He don't want to have to go through Boots, Butayev, Stanionis. He thought he was too good for the likes of a Jamal James. He just thought he was too good to do with it, to go through these people to get back to where he was. So I never once thought that he was done and was going to be a glorified gatekeeper. I don't believe that. I never believed that. I've never believed that in my life. So for him to take on this challenge, because at first I was hearing Stanionis. At first I was hearing Imantas Stanionis, him and Imantas Stanionis. I'm like, that is dope. That is dope. Then he said, fuck Imantas, give me Boots. That's even better. That's even better because of the momentum that Boots has created surrounding his name. If he was to go in here and beat Boots, man, put some respect on his name. That automatically puts him at the top of the division again. Because Boots is fucking mandatory. I'm glad that he's in that mindset that, like, all right, I have to go through these opponents to get to where I want to be at. My name value alone isn't enough for me for them to say, all right, bring on Thurman, because he's been such a non-factor these past few years. Now you got to go through these gauntlets to get back to championship stature. I love all of this. I love it. I love it. This should be an easy fight to make. Real easy fight to make. Get out of this pay-per-view bullshit, because them numbers you did with Mario Warriors was terrible. You're not entitled to 10 M's. You're not entitled to none of that shit, man. Take this 3, take this 4, and be good. Or even this 2, and be good. Man, when I saw that shit, I even love the attitude behind it, man. I'm tired of them disrespecting my name, this and that, yada, yada, yada. I love it. That's the you better not duck me fun energy right there that we've been missing, that we've been asking for. Now, a lot of people think that it's too late for him because they feel that he's going to be he's a gatekeeper. That's how people feel. He's a gatekeeper. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. It's been a lot of people who have been disrespecting Keith Thurman. Man, he ain't that nice. He ain't this. He ain't that. He this. He that. He ain't never been that nice. I was listening to my man Ring IQ. Shout out to Julius, man. I fuck with that dude heavy. But he was like, man, Keith Thurman ain't never really been that good. You know, look at Sean Porter. Then he'll big up Sean Porter. He'll big up Sean Porter and all his endeavors, and it's like, all right, man, but Keith Thurman beat Porter in the same way Bud beat him, minus the knockout. Minus the knockout. He set traps for that man all night, and Sean Porter walked right into it. He beat Porter in the same fashion Bud beat Porter, minus the knockout. So I've always thought with the last batch of welterweights, I've always thought him and Bud were the best welterweights. I thought him and Bud always had the best overall skill set between the two, out of all of them, out of Garcia, out of Porter, out of even Spence, even Kell Brook. I've always thought he had Amir Khan. I've always thought he had the better skill set. Or him and Bud kind of was like, yo, them is them niggas right there. I've always thought that. I've always thought that. Thurman is a very undervalued boxer. I think the emotion and the aggravation surrounding his career is what kind of put people like, man, he ain't even all that. He ain't even like that. Because people operate off emotions, man. It's like literally when I've explained it before, when Teofimo Lopez beat Lomachenko. Because everybody was so aggravated with how they was gassing Lomachenko, they went, they took that loss and they just completely exacerbated it. Like, bro, did y'all not watch the fight? Did y'all not see how that fight unfolded? There's no way you can convince me you watched that fight, watch how it unfolded, and tell me that was an ass whooping, because it honestly wasn't. He lost the fight. But I feel like Thurman is kind of in that same space. With Lomachenko, it was all, man, the great white hope. He ain't even all that. He ain't this and he ain't that. He overrated. He ain't this. All right. Thurman, I don't think it was them talking about he was overrated, more so than irritation with him. Like, yo, this dude is getting on my fucking nerves. All you do is pop off and, he discredited EJ. Or just not discredited him, but downplayed. Oh man, like nah, man. Just shoot him off. Just really just cowered him, in his presence, and we ain't worried about EJ. And now we on the bigger and better things. And he kept that energy until EJ looked the way that he looked against Sean Porter. That's when you really seen the irritation step in. And then with Bud, how he just completely disregarded Bud. Like, oh man, you ain't that good, bro. Like, Like, you're not that good, my nigga. No. You ain't fought nobody. Like, you ain't fought nobody. I specifically remember an interview on Fight, I think it was Fight Hype, where he said, say what you want. I have zero interest in a Terrence Crawford fight. He said that. I don't know if they scrubbed that shit from the internet, but I remember that interview vividly. I remember that shit vividly. I cannot find it though. I cannot find it. They possibly scrubbed it because now he's trying to get that fight with Bud. I don't know. Maybe he paid them to scrub it. I don't know. But I'm going to have to do some serious digging to find that interview, man, because he said that shit loud and clear. He was in the ring shadow boxing. And he said, say what, because I think in that same interview he was talking about fighting Spence potentially later on. You know, we'll fight later on down the line or some shit like that. He just completely just, I was like, wow, okay. But because of that, he just got into this place where he just thought that he was, you know, he had a lot, you know, a lot more value than what he actually did. You not him, my nigga. You not him. And I think he's finally realized that he's not him. And with him realizing that he's not him, he's come down off that high horse and he's starting to take challenges again. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm overjoyed to hear this shit, man. I was when I saw that shit, I was like, bro, you serious? 2 names, 2 wolves, both on the same side of the street, technically. Dude is, I didn't think he'd do it. I did not think he'd do it. I thought he'd try to clap at a Butayev or a Jamal James or something to really get the, you know, the cobwebs off. Or it's a possibility he could be done and he's just ready to say, all right, yo, let's cash out. Fuck it. If this is the best I can get, then let me go for that. I won't disregard that idea, that notion. Maybe that is the case. I don't think it is, but maybe it is. Until I see him in the ring and he look goofy in there, then I won't do that. I won't be critical of it. But I'm just glad that he's getting back in the ring, man. Thurman has always been one of my favorites. Thurman has definitely been one of my favorites. So, yeah, man, just, you know, wasted talent, man. It's not necessarily wasted in the now because he's looking to, you know, get back in there and get, you know, hop on the good foot, which is dope. But he's wasted time, most definitely. He's wasted time. He didn't have to spend 2 years off of that Manny Pacquiao loss. He could have fought 2021. Could have fought 2022 or 2020. He could have fought. He definitely could have fought. But that's in the past. It is what it is. Hopefully we on the bigger and better things. And we get in this boots work, my nigga. So who y'all got winning, man? You dig that? Because that, you know, that once the fight is announced, we'll do a proper analysis on it and a breakdown and who I think is gonna win. But until then, even after then, man, just bask in the greatness, man, because that is a damn good fight if it happens. I'm hearing it on the rumor mill, you know, when you on Facebook or whatever, man. Everybody got shit. Even allegedly ESPN has even reported on it as well. I can't wait. I can't wait. Boots is a dude that I'm definitely had my eye on for some, you know, for about 2 years now. The kid is an incredible talent, man. The kid is an incredible talent, man. The fighters that he's been fighting, you dig. I figured Thurman should take the likes of a Custio Clayton. And we saw how Boots dispatched of him, man. So if Thurman can get through Boots, we are talking title contention again. And being a top dog in the division, man. I'm out of here. I'm going to work, man. I'll get with y'all niggas later, bro. Deuces.